Hello guys, it's Delta49er here with an overview of my new gaming PC. Since the new Intel Core i7-6700K was released, I decided to upgrade to it from my 2600K, and because of this I needed to upgrade the motherboard as well as the RAM, and I went ahead and upgraded a few other things. So this is my new gaming PC. I'm going to go ahead and start with the case, and then I'll get into the inner components of the PC. So I bought a Corsair Obsidian Series 450D, and this is a mid-tower case that is optimized for airflow. I was looking for something much smaller and that's very simple, that has good airflow. I did away with the full tower case thing and I got a mid-tower case, and the airflow is very good. So on the front there are two 140mm fans, and there is also a mesh cage on the outside that you can remove as a dust filter, and then you can clean it and just plop it right back on. If you go to the top, on the left I have a headphone jack, a microphone jack, as well as a reset button. In the center there is the power button, and then on the left of that is the power light, and on the right is the data light. And if you go all the way to the right, there are two USB 3s. If we go to the top, there is another mesh cage thing that is magnetic, and I can remove it to easily remove the dust. And on the top I just have my radiator. This is a dual radiator, it's a Corsair H100i. On the side there is a side panel window, and I wasn't necessarily looking for something with a side panel window, but I liked the airflow design of this one, and a side panel window is kind of cool, so I decided to go with it. And it's kind of nice to be able to look inside the computer sometimes. If we go ahead and go inside, starting with my motherboard, I have an ASUS Z170-A motherboard. This has a lot of the new Z170 features like USB Type-C and USB 3.1, and a few other things, and a lot of BIOS improvements, and just the BIOS is a lot different than my Z68 motherboard that I had last. Next is the processor as well as my cooler. So the processor is an Intel Core i7-6700K. The performance is a lot better than my 2600K. They've made a lot of improvements. It seems to run a lot cooler, so I'm very happy about that. The cooler is a Corsair H100i, which is a very good cooler. It's like one of the highest end ones. It's pretty amazing with the 6700K. The temperatures are extremely cool, so I'm very happy about that. Next up is the RAM. I have two sticks of G.Skill Ripjaws V RAM. They are two 8GB sticks running at 2400 MHz to equal 16 GB. I went with 2400 MHz because from my research I found that really anything above that will not make too much of a difference for someone like me. Also, a lot of people are saying that DDR4 will improve a lot in the coming years as more and more people adopt it. So I decided to go with something that was relatively basic, but much faster than my last two sticks of RAM. I can definitely tell a difference from my 1600 MHz DDR3 RAM. Moving right along is my GPU. This is an ASUS GTX 780 DirectCU II. Although it does run somewhat warm, it's not any dangerously high temperatures, and it does run very well. So I'm very happy with it, and it does the job. The next is my EVGA SuperNOVA 1000 G2 power supply. This is a 1000 watt power supply. When I bought it, there was actually a sale on it, and it was the same price as the 800 watt power supply. So I decided to go with the 1000 watt, and the ratings were just as good. So I went with this. Although it is a lot of power for what I have in my machine, it does the job and does it very well, so I'm very happy with that. The next thing is the storage. In the front I have my Western Digital Caviar Black 1TB hard drive. This is for data and video files. But in the back, the Corsair Obsidian Series 450D, behind the other side panel, it has two SSD slots. And I have my OS drive, which is a Samsung 840 Pro 256GB SSD, and also I have a Mushkin 120GB SSD that is used for games. That is it for this video, but if you're not already subscribed, make sure you do that for more gaming tutorials and reviews. If you did enjoy this video, a like and a share would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you're not already following me on Twitter, haven't liked the Facebook fan page, or are not following me on Google+, all of those links are down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.